and I am here to do my review of Little Women of Atlanta, Season 6, Episode 1, No Respect for the Queen. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers for joining the family. And thank you so much to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul. Y'all, my nose was running. I was like, I gotta get me some tissue or something, okay? But I'm back. Um, so, like I said, when we opened up this episode, we opened up with the girls again talking about the tragedy that we all are familiar with many passing away due to a car accident. And so we go into the episode with Abira. Abira is moving herself and her four kids to from Florida to Atlanta because Abira wants to kickstart her career. As I said, I don't know what career that is, whether she want to be a MMA fighter or whatever it is you call it. But Abira is no singer, okay? She's no recording artist. She is just a hot ratchet mess. You never know what is going to come out of Abira's mouth. You know, wait a minute. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Vazy Vaz. Auntie, how do I become a member? I can't find anything anywhere. Mary, can you give her the instructions on how to do that? Thank you, Mary. So Abira is, is trying to, start her career off, and she thinks that, moving to Atlanta is what is going to do that. Now, maybe, renting out an Airbnb or a little temporary rental house is going to help her with Little Women of Atlanta. But as far as her singing career, boo, you just shot. Unless you singing up in a strip club, we don't have any other need for you, boo. So anyway, Abira is, we get to meet her children. As you all know, I don't talk about, I don't usually give out the kids' names, right? I'll talk about the kids, but I won't give out the kids' names. And so Abira is just kind of showing us how it is, how her mothering style is and everything. She seems to be very sweet and interactive with her kids and all of that kind of stuff. But I think it's all fake. I think that she's just a hot ratchet mess inside of her house and outside. And so, she's Juicy comes to the house. Miss Juicy, baby, comes to the house. And, she is the welcoming committee. And so, Abira is telling her, why she moved there and everything. And Juicy was like, whatever I could do to help you, I'll do, I'll just do that. And so after after that happens, then Abira basically, it was just too much Abira for me this episode. We see Miss Juicy at home. She is pouring herself a glass of wine. And next thing you know, she gets a knock on the door. We see Money dragging up all of these suitcases and everything. And so, Money goes, and knocks on the door and everything. And she tells Miss Juicy, baby, open up the door. So Juicy opens up the door and she was like, I got my stuff with you. And Juicy was like, you need to leave your stuff outside. So when they get inside of the house, of course, Money don't have no understanding about why Juicy is acting the way that she is. And so Juicy was saying, when they was at the little premiere show, the little reunion show, that, Money didn't have her back. She said she didn't expect Money to throw water in Minnie's face, but she expected her to have her back on when she was saying that Minnie is a liar, and that, she believes that Minnie is also lying about having congestive heart failure. And I was like, Juicy, you now I understand what she said, have my back, young, for real. But have my back when I'm right, right? When I'm wrong, just don't say nothing at all. Now I can understand that. But Juicy, you my girl, right? But I'm gonna tell you right, what you didn't come off as the queen of Atlanta in this particular episode. And as much as I love you, I got to tell the truth up in Auntie's house. Now, I ain't going to sit up in here and be faking and acting like everything you did was cool because, Miss Juicy, it really won't cool. Here's this girl, according to Money, Moreland and walked out the house on her, right? Now, we saw Money going through multiple things with Moreland, and I don't even know why she married him, to be honest with you. I think she just wanted to be married. I think it was just a season to be married. And that's why she married Moreland. But it wasn't anything that was really compatible between her and Moreland because allegedly Moreland was cheating the whole time. Y'all remember when they was at the wedding and his friend walked up on him, the friend that Moreland put out the wedding, and he walked up on him and was like, I know so much stuff about that man. If I was to tell you, you wouldn't marry him. And Money wouldn't listen to it because Money was so wrapped up into having a wedding special, right? That was just dedicated solely to her that season. What was that, like season 4, I think it was? Season 5, whatever it was. She was, wrapped up into having the bridal showers and putting people out and all that old kind of dumb stuff. And we knew that Moreland, as a truck driver, was doing what he was doing with the whoop whoop and the boop boop boop. He was stepping at too many rest stops, boo. And he wasn't resting when he was there. But anyway, allegedly. And so anyway, she's at now at Juicy's house because she didn't already made contact with Juicy and was like, Juicy, I'm moving back to Atlanta so I could be around my girls. I want to be around people who are like me. Now, if you normal and you want people to respect you as being a regular person, a normal person, then why do they isolate themselves? Why is it that they always use the opportunity to say, I want to be around little people or I want to be around, like, just say you want to be around your homegirls. Like, I don't say I want to be around fat girls or I don't get it. But anyway, so, she had already made an arrangement with her. But here's the thing. When Money went back to Texas, right? Money indicated that she went back to Texas because she wanted to be with her son. So what happened to that? Is she still not trying to be there for her son? Just because your relationship with Moreland didn't work out, that don't mean that you leave your son with his grandmother. Now, see, that was the problem before with Money. And I'm going to go ahead on and keep it 100. So if this is your first time being here, welcome. I'm Auntie. And I keeps it all the way 100. Or at least I try to, okay? I'm going to sit up here and give you the review, but I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of advice in it too. And I ain't scared of none of them. Thank you so much for your membership. Oh, my goodness. They on my damn head. Thank you. NS, NST, is it Natasha? Thank you, boo, for joining the membership. I will be with y'all tomorrow, honey. We're going to talk some trash, so you join right on time. Love you, boo. So anyway, thank you, Mary. You got that done, didn't you? Okay. Okay. That's what we do. We aim to please. All right. That's Vazy Vaz. Okay. Thank you. So, here at Auntie's Advice, when I do these reviews on Little Women, I'm going to go ahead on and keep it 100 about the whole thing. I'm hoping that I don't hurt nobody's feelings, right? But it just might happen. And it's not my intention to hurt nobody's feelings out here. But I'm straight up going to tell you the truth about how I feel about this. I do very candid reviews. And I ain't going to stop short of doing it for them. Okay? All right. So anyway, so Money had indicated that she was going back to Texas to be with her son because, that's what she was doing. Remember, she was crying and all that kind of stuff. So I guess all of, the little crying time is over now because that ass is back up in Atlanta putting her career before her son again. And then she talk about the son is at the grandmother's house. But you was just trying to fight the daggone baby daddy for custody of him, and then you leave him again. Like, I don't have no understanding about what the hell is on Money's mind. Just say I'm going here temporarily for a couple of months. Don't make up no whole bunch of lies and excuses about what you doing, y'all. Just say I'm going to film real quick, and I'll be back. But she's trying to make it seem like, this is all about, let me take my glasses back off. is she trying to make it seem like, this is about Moreland. No, this not about Moreland. This about you. So, she knocking on Juicy door. Juicy had already told her that she can come, and stay with her and everything. So Juicy reneges on the deal, which I thought was cold, y'all. Here you got this girl lugging her suitcases and everything to your house, then took a Uber, a plane ride and an Uber over to your house, and you gonna just tell a girl because she didn't have your back one time that she can't stay with you. So, you put the girl out in the street, according to Abira, at 4 o'clock in the morning, young, and she knocking on Abira door because Juicy put her out. Because I didn't have your back? Because I didn't get up and backslap Minnie? Because I didn't cuss Minnie out? Money was like, ain't none of us perfect. We need to stop this. We need to grow the hell up. You need to grow up. Come on now, Juicy, with that little baby outfit that you had on, that little purple. Come on now. Come on. Juicy. I did not like the outfit that you had on. And you sitting around there, you a grown-ass woman with a tiara on your head. Now, there are occasions where I will put a tiara on, like for my birthday and stuff like that. I'll put me a little, little happy birthday tiara on. But you have really brought into this Queen of Atlanta stuff. Now, the name of this episode was No Respect for the Queen. But you got, a respect is earned, though, Juicy. And when you treat people like that, you ain't gonna get no respect. You lucky she didn't take and snatch pictures up off the. I mean, really for real. I mean, what Money said was the truth, whether you liked it or not, whether you felt ganged up on or not. And y'all know, if you've been with me anytime, I love me some of Juicy. But she was dead ass wrong. And you can't make a wrong right. And I'm not going to sit here and be the first one to do it. I'm not doing it. You was wrong. Let the girl at least stay for the night. God damn. So, she over at Abira house. Abira just moved into her house. She need to have time to, let her kids adjust to the school system and all that kind of stuff. She ain't got time to be babysitting no damn Money. Thank you so much, David Chambers, for the $5 super chat. You're a queen, auntie, and we love and respect you. Thank you, David. Thank you, boo. I'm like, what? So Abira was like, you know what, go ahead on. You can come on and stay with me and everything, with the woo-whoop and the boo-boo-boo. So, of course, she decides that, she's going to be having, her little, having her little, housewarming party, and, Money is there and helping her blow up balloons and all that kind of stuff, because she wanted to make it nice. And so, in the meantime and in between time, Minnie on the other side of on the other side of town, she got her little schemes and her little scams and stuff like that going on. I mean, God rest her soul, but they putting it out here, so I'm gonna review it, right? I mean, I'm gonna review it. So we see Amanda and Andrea having Andrea having a conversation with Chris. Now, we know that this mofo has dogged her out. She got 3 kids and everything. And when we first met her, she ain't had but the one that she was leaving on her parents. Now she got 3. Okay, she got 3 kids that she is leaving on her parents and still trying to pursue a career that has not been popping, in my opinion, in Atlanta. But the thing about it is, it's her and Chris. Now, Chris last season left because he called himself getting a little job or whatever. And now, he's sitting up there up underneath her again, sucking up off her little, Lifetime channel check. Because that's when he around, because when the season about to pop off, that mofo gone. Okay? He probably up underneath her now because she got a little stimulus check. I don't know. I'm just proposing. I'm just thinking, hypothetically. But this mofo, soon as the season, in every year, this mofo gone on some job. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Put a dollar bill in there if you know I'm telling the truth. So, and I mean, when I say a dollar bill, I don't mean a super chat. I'm talking about like a little dollar bill emoji. Okay, or a dollar symbol or something. Put that up in that mofo. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Just okay. So now she's sitting up there, right? Okay, there y'all go. All right. Okay. Y'all know I'm telling the truth about Crass. So, she sit up in there because she feeling kind of some kind of way because when they was at the reunion special, Amanda was like, I'm cutting Tat ass off. See, she sat around and waited for her sister to make a decision about whether or not they was going to be the Tiny Twat Twerking twins for, until the end of eternity. And, she couldn't make up her mind because every time she turned around, she was pregnant and running behind Chris and worrying about what Chris was doing. So, when they were supposed to be on the cruise ship and they were supposed to be doing all these little things and everything, she continued to keep getting pregnant and running behind this mofo. But all she had to do was keep some chain in her pocket and he would have stayed with her. She don't understand the pattern? We do. So anyway, y'all, they sitting up there talking and everything. She's feeling some kind of way. And he like, chill out, whatever, wish he had got married to her. Wah, 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 yeah, whatever. She's still living with this mofo. And they done left their babies. Y'all, I cannot believe that her parents are raising her children as if they were their own. She said that, the mama, got something to do, or the mama and daddy got something to do with something. And they got to roll back down there, right, and go and see the little kids. But, Andre probably, 19 now? The little boy, what I'm saying? He probably 19. So anyway, on the other side of town, we see, what's the child's name? Amanda come back and she has a conversation with Andrea. Now I ain't doing this scene for scene, right? Andrea has a conversation with Amanda and basically, she's crying. She was like, basically, you've been like my mother to me. You always had my back even when I was in school and I was getting bullied. And she's sitting up there crying. And Amanda was like, I just want to do my own thing. I'm married now to Jordan and I just want to be a wifey and I want to be a mommy and I want to be all of this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what she want to do. That's what she want to be. So we come to the day now that it's Abira's housewarming party. Abira, got money over there, like I said, helping her blow up balloons and setting everything up. And so, of course, the first person to arrive at the house is Miss Minnie. Miss Minnie come up in that camp and everything, she breathing all hard and everything coming up the stairs, because that was a lot of stairs. So she come up in there and everything, and her money and Abira do a shot, a little jello shot. They making fun and everything about, being able to, take it down and all that kind of old dumb stuff. And I was like, ain't none, not near one of y'all but Abira sucking up. Anyway, so anyway, they started talking about, Abira asked her, was the twins coming? Because Abira's little kids was saying that they was looking forward to meeting the Tiny Twat Twerking twins. But because of Abira's personality and the way that Abira handles them, of course they wasn't going to come. They did not come because of your mom, young. Your mother is straight ratchet. And every time she gets around the Tiny Twat Twerking twins, she always attacks them and talk down to them and want to fight with them. She never is able to complete a conversation because she's too ignorant to be able to articulate what it is that she has to say verbally through her mouth. So she wants to get physical with them all the time and be like, that. You know, she's just instigating and agitating their asses. And then there's two of them, and it's all three of them talking together, and you just thinking you listen to the chipmunks anyway. So, I mean, I can't understand and make out what the hell they saying. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it, you know, and I've just gotten to the place where I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, tuck it. I don't put two tears in a bucket, bitch. I can't understand a damn thing. They say, knick-knack, patty-rack, give a dog a bone. You know what I'm saying? Mary had a little lamb and some motion. Okay, you just start thinking about nursery rhymes when they start talking. I don't understand what them bitches are saying. I mean, you know, I be trying to keep up with it, but I just can't understand them. When all of them talk, when more than one of them talking at a time, bitch, you know damn well you don't understand what they saying. Tell me down in the comments section if you understand what the hell they saying. So, you know, she asked her about the twins. So Minnie was like, I mean, I don't know if they coming or not. I mean, you know, I talked to them and everything. I don't know if they coming, I'm for real, I ain't as strong as I've let off that I am. Because we saw her at the reunion show. She was sitting her little ass up there crying. You know what I'm saying? Always wanting to be, you know, oh man, oh, I'm telling you, Miss Juicy, if I didn't think that you would sue me, I would smack the girl, you wouldn't smack a fly. Your mama Tammy might smack a fly, but you ain't smacking nothing. So anyway, you know, they talking and everything. And so Miss Juicy, you know, they take a little shot and everything. And they sit down on the sofa. And, of course, here come Miss Juicy. So Miss Juicy baby is coming up the stairs and everything. She tired talking about the girl, you know, driveway lopsided and all of that kind of stuff. How about it might just be your shoes? But anyway, so she comes in and everything, and she gives her a gift, acting like she didn't see Minnie's truck sitting out there. And so she comes up in there and everything and looking at everybody all crazy and everything, and then gonna have the nerve to sit up there and talk about ain't nobody speak to me. Bitch, as far as I know, when I was a little girl and as long as I was coming up, when you walk into a room, you the one that speak. The people that's in the room, they may be conversating or doing whatever. You introduce yourself by speaking. The hell many Miss Juicy think that somebody's supposed to get up and be worshiping her ass because she came up in the room. I'm telling you right now, Juicy, you didn't look good this episode, boo. You did not look good. Ain't no all hell Queen Juicy up in this unless I get to squeeze some juice about your ass. I could not understand it. So, you know, Miss Abira gave her a little shot and everything. She took it to the head. You know what I'm saying? She's always advertising strippers and stuff like that, and you know, up on her page. So I'm sure Miss Juicy familiar with sucking a couple of things down. I don't mean no harm, but I mean I'm sure she is. Damn it, I hate to go there, but I mean she just was an ass. This So, of course, you know, the party is boring. Ain't but three of them up in there. I was like, where are family and her friends and stuff like that? And the record producers and all them kind of people. All them people she been working with, where all them people at? You mean to tell me she invite right cheek and left cheek? But you know what? She always acting a little straight ass. And what happened to the little boyfriend that she was messing with? What was his damn name? I can't even Bump Man. Where the hell is Bump Man? Is he somewhere bumping? Bumping? I mean, I can't with these. I can't. So, you know, she was like, come on, y'all, let's go outside. So they go outside. Minnie had already made a decision that she was going to come up in there with her medical documentation to prove to Miss Juicy Baby that, you know, she got congestive heart failure. So they go outside and everything, and they eating some little Popeye's chicken with some white bread and some fruit on a stick. I said, Abira, you couldn't do better than that. What the fuck was that? You should have had the grill going and some more stuff. You sitting out there with a cotton freaking little, oh, bless her heart. Lord, I know she doing the best that she can, but damn it, I just was like, what kind of wood burning contraption is that? Look like she out there burning straws. I mean, young, come on, that little thing, you know, step your game up, young. You got that little thing. You need to have like one of them big table type things. You know, well, maybe I'm just the only one that got it, but I'm just saying, you know, step your game up. So she's standing out there gonna tell the kids that they can have s'mores. They better burn their damn hands up with that little ass thing with all that fire shooting up out of it. Bitch, you need to call the fire department. That's a hazard. That little cheap thing she got sitting out there burning and curling on. I said, what the? It's call it a fire pit. It was a pit of fire, damn it. Okay. Now I don't know about the fire pit, but it damn sure was a pit of fire. So, she's sitting out there. It wasn't warming up nobody, okay? Wasn't warming up. The bitch wasn't even warming up ants. So, they sitting out there. So, Minnie going to come out her pocket and say, Miss Juicy, baby, you said something about me lying about, my sickness and everything. I got something for you. She goes in her purse and takes her little receipt and throws it in Juicy's face. Juicy took it, thrown the thing back. I'd have thrown it in that daggone pit of fire, okay? And so, the girls get into it and everything, and Abira got to be the spokesperson for somebody while Minnie sits up there rolling her head, her eyes up in her head. She's such a, oh, I hate to talk about her like that because she ain't with us no more. I'm just reviewing y'all, okay? Don't get mad at Auntie. I'm just reviewing what they showing, right? But Minnie always was a whole lot of mouth and just hardly any action. Like she don't have the action with her. She never been able to back up, all of that she talk, right? Like for real. So anyway, Abira was like, come on, Juicy, that was wrong of you to say that, the girl lying about her, whatever, whatever. And so even when she threw the receipt, Miss Juicy was like, I don't know whether or not the documentation is real documentation. But here's the thing, Miss Minnie is saying that she doesn't lie about her health, but you did lie about your health when you lied and said you was pregnant. And then not only did you lie and say you was pregnant, then you lied about your health by saying that you had this miscarriage. But how can you have a miscarriage if you never was pregnant? And so the thing about it is you did lie about your health young when you was trying to act like, you was, oh my goodness. I'm trying to keep it together for you. I'm trying to keep it clean. So anyway, that little argument happens, and of course Juicy feels attacked because money's not on her side, and neither is Abira. But Abira isn't nothing but she's a pot stirrer, right? And plus, I think she a little, I don't know, I don't know if she's eating the cotton out of pillows, but something damn sure ain't right with her. Okay, I don't know. If she's sitting around rocking, you know what I'm saying, and just taking the stuffing off the pillow, just eating it like popcorn, bitch. But y'all know Abira ain't all the way there, and I don't think she really understand nothing. So she just say the first thing that come to her mind, right? She just pops off and everything, and she's in everybody's business and stuff. And I'm just saying, boo. Go and get you a pillow and relax. So anyway, Juicy is feeling attacked and all that kind of stuff. As would I have. I would have felt attacked by them too if they had did me like that. No, for real. All jokes aside. And so anyway, after she does that, then Minnie is back with her mother. She back at home. She told her mother about, the little scheme. But before this, she met with the Tiny Twat Twerking Twins and told the Tiny Twat Twerking Twins what had happened at the party. And when she said that, Abira asked about them, they was like, well, what did you say? Did you have our back? So, Minnie tells her mother, Tammy, that she, couldn't understand, why the Tiny Twat Twerking Twins asked if she had their back, because she really had their, she really, when she gets her between a rock and a hard place, she don't know what to do. She just slide down a rock or slide down a hard place. Minnie never been the type of person that really got to come back unless she's fussing back and forth with Juicy. And then, she really just be repeating what these little bitches. Like the mother said, y'all got too much stuff going on, okay? And they really do. And you know what? My daughter made a comment today, and I'm telling you, the comment was real. She said, I don't understand, Mommy, how you going, review that or how you even look at that. This show ain't been on for like a year and a half, 2 years, and ain't nobody progressed in their life. All of them still stuck at the same place. Andrea is still stuck with Andre. Amanda is with Jordan. They still ain't doing nothing with their careers. money is going back and forth to from Atlanta to Texas. Abria is going from New York to Florida to like ain't nobody did like their whole life is a Frozen story. Okay, a Disney Pixar bitch. What has any of them done in their lives to progress? I really had to listen to what she was saying, and it's the truth. We stuck, seem like at the same place we was, what, 2 years ago. They did nothing with their life. The only thing that Miss Juicy Baby has done with her life is basically did some sunglasses, and she ain't never sent me none, and I know damn well she see me with glasses on all the time. You mean to tell me you couldn't have sent me okay, I'm gonna get off that, right? But I'm saying I ain't know nothing about the glasses. I don't remember it being advertised on her Instagram page. I just don't remember. The only thing I remember is that she got let go of Ricky Smiley's show and she handled it in a very professional way. But outside of that, what the fuck is they doing with their life? I think Miss Juicy has appeared on some shows or whatever. But then you get on Little Women of Atlanta and you just act like a complete narcissist asshole. I don't understand it. I know you want to be the queen of Atlanta and all of that kind of stuff, but coming off the way that you coming off like you privileged and you entitled to something, now maybe calling her a narcissist was a little bit too strong. But I'm saying that the way that she came off this week, I really was disappointed with her, and I was disappointed with her on the other thing. And I'm thinking that, I can see clearly now. So she invites many to her sunglass party, right? She had a whatever you call it when you had your little products and stuff like that. Thank you, Otis Thompson, for the $4.99 super chat. Lifetime needs to hire you to host a reunion. Thank you, boo. But I'm sitting up there and I'm thinking to myself, what have they done? They did a damn thing with their lives. Maybe it's just me. Y'all let me know down in the comments section. Maybe it's just the fuck me. If I can admit it if it's me. I can stand alone. Unlike them, I can stand alone. Miss Juicy gonna call herself, gonna have a little meeting with Money to apologize after she done acted an ass like that. Ain't gonna talk about something, I went through a divorce. I should have been there for you. You ain't think about that. All you was thinking about was how embarrassed you was. Looking like that little outfit she had on was so Willy Wonkerish. She looked like what was the girl name? Beauregard, Velvet, or whatever. The one that he did that kept eating all them blueberries and stuff at Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and that ass got so daggone big that she just blew up and popped, and fruit juice was all over. That's why we got grape jelly and all that kind of stuff. That's where all that stuff got invented from the her little ass. Yeah, Violet Beauregard. Yeah, that's who she looked like. I mean, you done got to the point now where you matching your head, your toes, your knees. I just was like, I can't with all of that blue and that purple and stuff. Like it's just a little cartoonish at this point. It definitely ain't no grown woman. It's not grown women, and y'all know it's not grown women. It's not. That's little girl stuff. Now, I mean, you can tastefully do it and do it a little bit, but when you just come in, you head to toe a blueberry, young, for real? You straight a blueberry. And you want to be respected and taken seriously? I mean, come on with the gimmicks. And I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just got an attitude. I don't know what it is. I just think that I really, my blinders came off, and I really got to see Miss Juicy for who really Miss Juicy was in these 2 episodes, and she not coming off cute, hot, or sexy. She's coming off as a gimmicky joke. I can't I ain't gonna be able to do it with people that these your homegirls. This is who you with. Okay, the outfit was from Carter's. Let me take my glasses. Tracy, you threw me. So, she, apologizes to Money and everything, and Money tell her, I had a whole lot of stuff that was going on. Money tried to tell her that at the house. I was trying to deal with my own, with Moreland. And, at this point, Money says she thinks she gonna go head on and file for the divorce. And now Miss Juicy taking it serious because she got embarrassed at the party because she ain't had no allies. She ain't had nobody on her side. The Tiny Twerking Twins wasn't there, so they wasn't on her side. And they gonna ride for Miss Minnie, right? Because that's their manager and their little girlfriend and stuff. And then you got Abira not riding with her. Okay, Money ain't riding with her, and Minnie damn sure ain't riding with her. So she ain't had no other choice but to apologize because she ain't had no more allies. She ain't had nobody riding for her. When she got there and Abira started digging up in that ass, she was shocked that Abira did that, right? So yeah, she had to go head on and apologize because she was stuck out there on a limb by her damn self. So anyway, y'all, let me go ahead on and get this review done. So at the end of the day, Juicy invited Minnie to her party. Okay, she was doing her, god damn, what do you call that? Whatever. She was coming out with her sunglasses. And so, she was having a little party for herself. Minnie mother told her, you need to go so you can outshine her. And so Minnie was like, Miss Juicy baby always wanted to be the center of attention. Well, at this point, she needed to be because this was for her. Minnie, you ain't got to try to outdo nobody. You ain't got to outshine nobody. I was glad to see that Tammy's weight loss surgery worked for her. She looked a lot different. You know what I'm saying? But she's still one of the mothers that's agitating and perpetrating, and pushing a launch party. Thank you, Tracy. She still had a whole lot of negative stuff to say to her daughter. And if you want to, thank you, Ray Della, if you want your daughter to be successful, you give them the best advice. You don't tell them to go out there and outshine somebody at their own. It wasn't no difference. It didn't make a difference what you did. You never was going to outshine her because everybody that was there to see her. So anyway, they had a little launch party. Minnie comes up in there. She got a little red and black outfit on and everything. And what's the child's name? Money had sparkles going all around her. And Abira was naked. Abira is going to dress whorish. I don't care what. The clothes that Abira had on at home look better than the clothes that she does when she goes out for the night. I'm gonna tell you one thing, honey. You can take her the pole out the stripper, but you can't take the stripper off the pole. That daggone Abira is gonna look like a stripper. I don't care what the occasion is, except for when she's taking care of her children. She really needs to get a coach, a life coach, or something, young, like for real, cause she is damn ridiculous. Abira, so they get there and everything, and many know that it's a setup. I wouldn't even have went. So of course, Miss Juicy Baby comes through the house and everything, and she doing what she doing with the whoop whoop and the boop boop boop, and everybody's celebrating her as they should. She got the little waiters around there, with sunglasses sitting on the tray. I ain't understand that concept, but okay. She told everybody, touch them, fill them, put them on, spend your money. So the next thing you know, we see Miss Juicy Baby basically, giving a speech. And in the speech that she's giving for her own damn launch party, she got time to shade Minnie. This is time for you to be celebrating yourself. What the fuck are you shading Minnie for? Talk about, I bossed up with my health. Now, maybe she meant that because, Miss Juicy Baby has been losing a lot of weight and stuff like that. But it really didn't have anything to do with the sunglasses. And it didn't have anything to do with all the other people who were there to celebrate you. When somebody is coming in and spending their time to come and celebrate you and buy your merchandise, and that should not be the time where you got time to be petty and do some dump like that with Minnie. I thought that was just, golly, it just was so, mm-mm. Miss Minnie walked back there and was looking at the shades. They all was trying the shades on and everything. You know, her mother did tell her, you got to go out there and show her that even though I don't like you, I can support you. I thought that was positive, but the other stuff that the mother said, I thought was, just sit down. So the Tiny Toy Twerking twins come. Now, y'all know Abira is mad. Abira said that she felt like Minnie took the high road because Minnie came. But Minnie couldn't have took the high road unless Juicy took the high road. But Juicy didn't take the high road. Juicy did the setup type thing. I'm going to go ahead and embarrass her ass while she here. Patty than a mother. Patty. So the Tiny Toy Twerking twins come, and Abira is hoping that the Tiny Toy Twerking twins are going to magically walk their ass over there and apologize to her for not coming to her party. Why? They didn't come on purpose. So the Tiny Toy Twerking twins come in, they speak to Money and hug her up. They speak to Minnie and hug her up, and they just, act like Abira ain't there. So Abira is like, I ain't doing this, and goes in the back and everything with her ratchet ghetto. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you right now, honey, security would have had Abira out of there in .7 seconds. Abira would have been dragged out of there, honey, by her. I would have had Abira escorted out of the building. I thought that what Abira did was absolutely, totally unnecessary and some bull. You don't come to anybody's function to try to cause drama and to set up a cotton freaking. So, of course, the Tiny Toy Twerking twins, do their little thing and everything. They don't speak to her. Miss Juicy Baby gives her little petty ass speech. And so Minnie says, I think she was talking about me. At first, it was lost for her. It went way the hell up over her head. And so then the beard gonna be like, yeah, I'm the little parrot of the party. So Juicy, what did you mean? Was you trying to shade Minnie when you said that? Cause she ain't nothing but a parrot. She ain't got her own mind. A bear can't think for herself. She just parroting whatever somebody else say. So of course she gets into it because she doesn't know any better not to get into it. Okay. She don't know no better. And I straight think that Abira is eating the cushions out of pillows. So anyway, she had confronted Miss Juicy Baby, and Miss Juicy was like, I mean, you know what? She was like, I mean, Minnie did come to celebrate you. And Juicy was like, and I'm happy she did. So then she go look at the Tiny Toy Twerking twins and say, why y'all didn't come to my party? And so Andrea and them was like, why would we come? Like, why would we come? So now all of a sudden she calls in the scene up in the girls' lunch party. And so, 0.7 seconds out. So, of course, they don't know, none of them know how, they like little junior high school kids. They don't know, none of them, well, you know what? Elementary. Nobody knows how to have any self-control. You don't know when it's the time and the place for all that bull. So the Tiny Toy Twerking twins, because they two little pit bulls together, they gonna sit there and attack Abira, and next thing you know, a fight pop off in there. Abira got a wine glass in her hand, which someone tried to take from Abira earlier on, and Abira got mad because somebody was trying to take it, and then she gonna take and swing while Miss Juicy gets her ass in the middle of it and bust her in the head with the glass. Now they got glass all up on the floor. They got guests in the building that's filming it and looking at it and thinking that they a little mess. But you want to be taken seriously, though. How can you be taken seriously when you acting like that? You're absolutely right, Autumn Joy. She said when a brewer drinks, no good comes from it. Absolutely. She cannot hold her little ass liquor. Probably got the daggone stomach of a marble. And you out there trying to drink. And then you got to go home and be what to your children? Abira lost control and so did the Tiny Twat Twerking twins. Nobody knew. And Minnie was standing there as their manager, not saying nothing. And Juicy is saying, get your clients. And Minnie don't know what to do because Minnie, for real, Minnie was a punk, y'all. Like I said, she had a whole lot of bark, but she didn't have no bite. She was in the wrong profession when she was trying to manage these girls. She can't even manage herself. It was too much. She was absolutely trying to ride in a Juicy's. Whatever Juicy decided she wanted to do, that's what Minnie did. She was like Mary had a little lamb. Wherever Juicy's feet shall go, I'm going to follow behind it. And that's why Juicy got the big ass head and wanted to be the queen. And then talk about the queen gets no respect. Now, I hate that she had a launch party and she got cut with glass on. Not only look like her head or her feet, but did Abira cut her? It sure looked like she did to me. That's just my opinion about it. The way that they showed it from the angle that they showed it, it looked like Abira was the one who accidentally hit her with it. And didn't even recognize that the girl was cut. And then Chris took and picked Andrea up and took her outside the room. She looking like a little tiger. You know, and then she gonna talk about when she was at home putting the bodysuit on, talking about she got a whole lot of booty juice. I said, what the? If you don't know what to say, don't say nothing at all. What are you talking about? You got a whole lot of booty juice. Is that the stuff that's shooting up out that joint? What what does that mean? Y'all, these little women, I'm telling you right now, I want to try to keep this as clean as possible as I can keep this. But I'm going to tell you right now, them little cats, you know, they was just up there just crazy. They get them outside, the little butts jibbling all over the place, and they got all these people trying to keep their little asses bound back. And the next thing you know, the little cat jump up on Chris on the ground, the cat on top of him, sing. Right, and the other sister, you know, she out there, they all rolling around and everything, okay? I said, is Juicy okay? Is Juicy okay? You was part of the reason why Juicy got. How long they gonna keep on running this until they cut this off? Because truly, I feel uncomfortable even talking about Miss Minnie. I think that, you know, even though they aired a whole lot of the stuff, I think that some of it they probably should have cut off because it makes it difficult for people like myself or other people to do reviews. Because we got to tell the truth, but you don't want to talk about somebody that's gone home to be with the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to be faithful to do the reviews. These little tiny twat twerking twins is a hot tail mess. And so is Abira. I'm talking about ratchet TV. They ratchet. And I don't understand it. Anyway, y'all, this is the end of my review about them, about the Little Women of Atlanta. Write down in the comments and tell me what y'all think about it. Do y'all think, and I'm going to ask this question for real, do y'all think that they should have aired her or that they should have cut that off and just continue, you know, just went on and did a memorial tour or whatever and then came back and said, you know what, we're going to go ahead on and cut and leave all of that stuff on the editor's floor, and we're going to start from here. Because it really does make it uncomfortable for me to be talking about Miss Minnie like that. Let me know down in the comments section. Maybe I'm the only one that's feeling bad about it. You know what I'm saying? I hate to talk about the girl like that and she's gone home, but I just I don't know. Miss Minnie has never been my favorite, and I ain't never been fake or phony about that. But I'm getting to the point now where I'm starting to give Miss Juicy Baby the side eye too. And like I said, y'all know I love me some Miss Juicy Baby, but enough is enough. Enough is enough. Love y'all to pieces, y'all. Y'all have a great night, okay? Members, I will see you all tomorrow. We're going to spill some tea in the membership. Thank you so much to everybody who super chatted. And thank you, Mary, for always keeping the room safe. Love y'all.